Here we go. Here's our participants tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to pass the camera over. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to speak to you about how to play the piano. First off, I want to share a story with you. And that story is that when I was 11 years old, the neighbors across the street were moving to the East Coast, and they wanted to sell their piano, this piano right here. And my parents said to me, "You want to play the piano?" And without thinking, I said, "Oh, okay." That's how I just said it. I wasn't very matter of fact about it. So as a result of that, I really got into piano playing, and that's what sent me on the journey that I'm currently on now, playing the piano. So one of the things about the piano is pretty much anybody can learn it, but the key is being disciplined. Just like in anything in life, you've got to be disciplined to learn how to play the piano, and which I did a lot of. I did hours of discipline, and that's how I got to learn to play the piano. So I've also played in several bands over the years, so I know music pretty well, and that's what gives me the authority level to be able to talk about it. So learning a few basic steps, and you can learn all about piano. Now, we can't learn everything in this quick short film, but we can give you the basics so that you can take that and go further on with piano. We're going to be talking about the keyboard and the keys and music that you need to be able to play those keys. So the keys of the keyboard, what some people are confused by is you see there's 88 keys here. People say, well, that's a lot of keys to memorize. Well, in reality, there's only 12 keys. The 12 keys are repeated over and over and over again. So you have 7 white keys, and you have 5 black keys. That equals the 12. Then that gets repeated again, and you've heard of octaves before, you go higher and higher. So, as you can see, C, the key of C, that's the key that's left of the group of 2 black keys. This is C, this is the middle key. This is the key is basically starts everything from there. Everything starts with the C key. What's interesting is the C key goes alphabetically up until a certain point. So the first key is C, the next key is D, the next key is E, F, G, and then it switches to A, B, and then C again. You start C all over again. So it's repeated. Now the black keys give the sound a slightly different sound, either up or down. So when you go from C to D, that's moving up 1. When you go C to C sharp, it's moving up a half. So you can see there's a different sound to that. So when people are writing music, they use these different sounds to give the song character, you might say. In addition to that, when we're talking about learning all the keys, you know what the keys are, you also need to know what the music is. So when you look at music, a basic music sheet, I mean, you have lines, symbols, numbers, and it's almost like a foreign language in a way. But it's not as hard as it looks. And Clinton wrote in his online piano course starter studies, the button below will take you to an assortment of music that I've written to help you explore different styles of music and how it can create music. And that button was written on an online article. So the lines above represent what we call treble. As you can see, there's this treble written here. And so what that means is everything above C is in the treble. Then you see this backward C, kind of like a semicolon thing. That's everything from C down is considered bass or lower. In addition, you've got 5 lines here on the bottom and the top. These notes here, as an example, you don't know what those mean, but everything written on this top line is up in this register. It's in the treble, in the higher, above C. And everything written down here is in the lower for the bass. Now you can take C and you can go C. Those are all C's. or you can go down low. Those are the lower parts. So, in a nutshell, that's basically what music is. I mean, there's a lot more to it, and it takes many more lessons to go through that. But you can see that there's lower and higher pitches when you do that. So now you know the basics of how the piano is set up and how it works. Like I said, there's a lot more to it than that. But basically what we talked about in conclusion is, there's 12 notes to learn, what those notes are. There are names for every one of those keys. And David Glover is the one who actually arranged this piece of music for us. But you're now aware of what basic music is. And so one of my questions is, what are you waiting for? Because you should go ahead and start playing the piano with the gift of music.